Let's discuss a case of a phenomenon called aphantasia, also known as the inability to voluntarily visualize mental imagery. Essentially, the so-called mind's eye is blind. My friend David has congenital aphantasia. He was 17 when he realized that he didn't visualize and was amazed to find out that others could actually count sheep when trying to sleep. David matches with a 5 on this common visual imagery vividness test. Interestingly enough, David is also unable to imagine smells, noises, and touch, nor can he picture his own dreams upon recall. He can't imagine the smell of a barbecue, how a baseball would feel in his hand, nor his own parents' voices and faces. However, his ability to recognize is fully intact. While David can't picture the Grand Canyon from a vacation several years ago, he can recall the weather when he was there. I asked David to draw a picture of the bedroom he grew up in from memory and write down whatever he knew but couldn't include due to orientation, such as another window on the right side wall. When comparing his drawing to reality, he had some difficulties with color and spatial accuracy, like the distance between his bed and the window and his desk's layout. He also forgot things like his cabinet and lamps. He also only knew his room was green because he wasn't able to recall its color a year ago and made a mental note that it was green the last time he was home. Considering David can't visualize anything, he performed rather well on this specific task. David explained that he was able to draw his room by thinking about relativity and functionality. For example, he figured out his rug's positioning by recalling how the wheels of his desk chair used to get stuck on his rug, but he failed to remember that his rug didn't go under his bed. Overall, I found that David thinks in a remarkably logical manner about the visual world. This corresponds well with the fact that he is studying computer science. It's interesting that David's older brother also cannot form mental imagery, which suggests that there is some genetic component to aphantasia, or cognition in general. The inability to produce mental imagery clearly impacts episodic memory. However, David's semantic memory is exceptional, as he can recall seemingly random statistics and facts. It would be interesting to explore David's prefrontal cortex activity during visual working memory tasks, as his brain seems to employ atypical metacognitive strategies that don't rely on emotional and other sensory aspects.